Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the news hour at 9 and I'm Swati Joshi. The 2024 elections are around the corner and you, the people of India, will decide on who will realize your dream of Bharat. On one hand, you have Prime Minister Modi's model of Viksit Bharat, and on the other is the INDI bloc, mired under a shadow of corruption and raining cash. And quite literally, we will tell you about the cash haul, but let's first put things into context. Over the last few days, the Enforcement Directorate has embarked on Operation Cleanup, which has left several opposition parties crying foul. Recently dethroned as the Bihar Deputy CM Tejasvi Yadav faced marathon grilling at the ED office in Patna. This after his father Lalu Prasad Yadav was questioned for almost 12 hours in the Land for Job scam yesterday. The Enforcement Directorate also questioned former Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda. In Mumbai, Uddhav Sena, Sanjay Raut's brother Sandeep Raut was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate. And finally, we witnessed the ED turning up with thick wads of cash at the residence of Jharkhand CM Hemant Soren. Remember, there has been high drama with the Chief Minister going missing for 30 hours, with ED hot on his tracks. Today, Hemant Soren surfaced at Ranchi. Meanwhile, Times Now has accessed pictures of the stunning cash haul seized from his residence in Delhi by the Enforcement Directorate. According to sources, it totals 36 lakh rupees, and in addition to that, 2 luxury cars were also seized. After going incommunicado, CM Soren has agreed to a date with the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow at his Ranchi home. And amid the cash haul, Hemant Soren chaired a meeting with his mantris and MLAs, which interestingly was also attended by his wife Kalpana Soren. Now, this has set tongues wagging as the embattled CM is planning to prop up his wife as the next CM. So while JMM and Congress prepare Plan B, their generals accuse the Enforcement Directorate of being dalals of BJP. Listen.
क्या मेरे गैर अनुपस्थिति में मेरे घर के तलाशी ली जा सकती है? किसका है वो 36 लाख रुपए? क्या वो ईडी के द्वारा या बाबूलाल जी के द्वारा वो प्लांट नहीं किया गया?
एक चुनी हुई सरकार, एक चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को इस तरह प्रताड़ित करना आदिवासी होना गुनाह है क्या? सोमवार को मुख्यमंत्री महोदय ने संदेश भिजवाया कि मैं 31 तारीख को अवेलेबल हूं, आप आ जाएं, पूछताछ करें। खुद ईडी ने डेडलाइन दिया था 31 तारीख तक का, तब 29 तारीख को यह कार्रवाई क्यों? ये समझ से परे है। आखिर इतनी बेचैनी क्यों हो गई? वो एक मुख्यमंत्री हैं, लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री हैं, कोई भगोड़ा नहीं, कोई तड़ीपार नहीं, तब इस तरह की बातें। ये झारखंड नहीं, झारखंड ही नहीं, झारखंडियों का भी अपमान है, तमाम आदिवासियों का अपमान है।
और ये ईडी ऑफिसर्स सिर्फ ये दलाल बन चुके हैं पूरी देश में, और लोगों का ईडी ऑफिशियल्स का बिहेवियर बहुत डेंजरस हो रहा है देश में। ईडी इनके लिए एक वॉचमैन का काम करने लगी है, ये लोगों का कोई भी हिटमैन वाला काम करने लगी है।
But is the opposition right about selectivism in crackdown? Remember the Vyapam scam? The then education minister was arrested but later let off by the CBI. Then there was the aviation scam in which NCP leader Praful Patel was summoned by the ED and probed by the CBI. There was no action against him. In the Narada scam, which named Suvendu Adhikari when he was in the TMC, but no action was taken against him either. The list is endless and includes Mukul Roy, Himanta Biswa Sarma and Narayan Rane as well. The BJP meanwhile says that INDI bloc is a coalition of corrupt which is hiding behind persecution defense to avoid probity. Listen in.
आरोप अपने कर्मों पे लगाना चाहिए, कानून अपना काम कर रहा है, तो उनके साथ भी वही है। अब ये कोइंसिडेंट कहिए कि बिहार और झारखंड, लेकिन कानून अपना काम कर रहा है।
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में उनको बहुत उम्मीद दिखती है, और देश की जनता भी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के साथ खड़ी है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ खड़ी। एक के बाद दूसरा चुनाव जब कांग्रेस हारती है तो कभी ईवीएम पर ठीकरा फोड़ती है, कभी लोकतंत्र के खत्म होने की बात करती है, तो कभी जनता को कोसती है। सच्चाई ये है कि ना ये अपनों से न्याय कर पाए ना जनता से, और एक एक करके इनके सहयोगी दल छोड़ते जा रहे हैं।
Well, you just heard the Bharatiya Janata Party reject the charge of selectivism, but let's show a mirror to the opposition in Newshour Fact Check. Now, in Telangana, BRS regime arrested BJP MP Sanjay Bandi in the SSC paper leak scam. He later got bail from the court. Was this also selective? In Karnataka, Congress Sarkar arrested BJP's Shakuntala HS for merely making derogatory remarks against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. In Punjab, Congress's Sukhpal Singh Khera was arrested by the AAP government in a drug case dating back to 2015. Mind you, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are both part of the INDI bloc. AAP government also arrested Congress's Operation Soni and BJP's Tejinder Bagga. Well, this in fact brings me to the legitimate question, is it probity or persecution? Let's open this up and go across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Ishkaran with us, an advocate. Dr. Jayant Jigyasu will join us on the broadcast. He's the spokesperson of the RJD. We have Dr. Tanuj Khatri, spokesperson of JMM on the broadcast. Tehseen Poonawalla joins us as well. He's a political analyst. And Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, also a political analyst, on the panel tonight with us. Good evening to all of you. Sanju Verma, the JMM in the press conference today said Hemant Soren is no Nitish Kumar. All of this is nothing but vendetta. He's being targeted because he is a tribal chief minister, because BJP can't digest the tremendous work that he has done in Jharkhand.
You know, Swati, first and foremost, let me tell you that as you were showing in your introductory clip, the Congress has this, persecution complex, very rightly pointed out by Union Minister Anurag Thakur. They never do introspection, self-introspection, but किसी ना किसी के सिरे अपनी नाकामयाबी का ठीकरा फोड़ना, ये इनकी आदत बन चुकी है. They are perpetual conspiracy theorists, and I'll tell you why. You know, up when Hemant Soren has refused 10 summons, but will finally appear before the ED tomorrow at 1 p.m. is what he claims. Suddenly, out of the blue, Congress says that the BJP is anti-tribals. अरे भाई साहब, थोड़ा पढ़ लिख कर आया कीजिए. Just recently in Chhattisgarh, Vishnu Deosai, a tribal, has been made the chief minister of Chhattisgarh. Draupadi Murmu is the first tribal woman president belonging to a small tribal community called the Santhal community from a remote district called Mayurbhanj in Odisha. So please don't sit here and wax eloquent about what the BJP has or not done for backward communities. Don't also forget that the National Commission for Backward Classes was given constitutional status by none other than PM Narendra Modi's government. Be that as it may, let me just bust this entire falsehood related narrative peddled by the Congress. What is the top brass of the Congress today? What is their credibility? Sonia Gandhi out on bail in the National Herald scam. Rahul Gandhi out on bail in the National Herald scam. P. Chidambaram out on bail in the INX media scam. And this is the party that is sitting and giving lectures and bhashan to BJP on political morality. Don't forget, you know, you also showed a clip about Tejasvi Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav.
Right.
The FIR against Lalu Prasad Yadav was filed when the Congress was in power at the center. The charge sheet was filed when the Congress was in power at the center. The first conviction of Lalu Prasad Yadav in 2013 happened when Sonia Gandhi / Manmohan Singh led government was in power at the center.
Okay.
So my second point is that for anyone to now turn around and say that Lalu Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav, etc. are being victimized by the BJP is a whole lot of hogwash.
Okay.
Because Lalu Yadav committed the fodder scam when he was the chief minister of Bihar and committed the IRCTC scam when he was the railway minister under the UPA 1 dispensation. My point number 3. And this is my last point. You know, you say, "Arey bhai sahab, Narayan Rane ko aapne chhod diya, aapne Ajit Pawar ko chhod diya," because I know this is what the opposition will say. "Aapne Suvendu Adhikari ko chhod diya." You know, Ishkaran understands the law better than any of us on this panel. Go and file a petition in the Supreme Court.
Right.
You have rights under Article 32 of the Constitution, which gives you bona fide rights to protect your fundamental rights in case you feel that the election machinery is being misused and abused by the ruling dispensation station.
Okay, so you're saying go approach the court if you think
Yes, you can
this
approach
is
the court of
political
law.
vendetta. Go approach the court. Okay, before I open this up for other guests, Sanju Verma, let me ask you another question. The JMM says that a date is set with the Enforcement Directorate, that Mr. Soren will appear before the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow on the 31st of January. Then why was this atmosphere created? And the BJP releasing posters of him being missing in action, creating an atmosphere that he is running away, that he is evading law. Why? If the date was set, then why create this atmosphere?
Okay, Swati, now just you will have to bear with me for 30 seconds. I knew that, this would come from your end since you do your homework, like most anchors who are unfortunately called Godi Media. The first summon by the Enforcement Directorate to Hemant Soren in the land and mining scam was sent on 8th August 2022, second on 19th August, third on 1st September, 4th on 17th September.
Right.
5th on 26th September, 6th on 11th December, and then 7th on 29th December 2022, and then on 13th January 2023, 8th one, 9th one on 25th January 2024, 10th one on 27th January 2024. Imagine if an ordinary citizen is given a summon by the Enforcement Directorate or Income Tax or any probe agency, पहला समन आते साथ लोगों की हवाइयां उड़ जाती हैं। यहाँ सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर 10 summons he rejects blatantly under some or the other flimsy pretext. He goes absconding on the 27th. He's not there at his Delhi residence. He's not at Jharkhand Bhavan. And today he suddenly says, "अरे मैं तो ईडी के साथ cooperate करने ही वाला था. Why the halabaloo?" I mean, please. Are you thinking?
Okay, so your point is, if you were going to cooperate, and if you were cooperating in the investigation, why were you skipping the summons? That raises suspicion. Let me go across to Dr. Tanuj Khatri. Dr. Tanuj Khatri, why not answer the summons? Why not cooperate with the agencies? Why play a tribal card instead? Why say this is political vendetta?
मैं चाहूंगा कि जब मैं अपनी बात की शुरुआत करूं तो मुझे बीच में इंटरप्ट ना किया जाए। मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि ईडी ने जब समन किया, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ने उसका जवाब देने का काम किया, पहले पत्र के माध्यम से, उसके बाद 9 घंटों तक ईडी के कार्यालय में उपस्थित होकर, उसके दूसरे बार ईडी को स्वयं अपने आवास में 8 घंटों तक बुलाकर, उसके बाद अभी जो तीसरा सेगमेंट की जो बात हो रही है, थर्ड सेगमेंट की जो बात हो रही है पूछताछ के लिए, उसके लिए ईडी ने कहा कि आप 29 तारीख से लेकर 31 तारीख के बीच का कोई समय बताएं और जगह बताएं। तो माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी के कार्यालय ने बताया 31 तारीख जो कि कल है, कि आप 31 तारीख को मुख्यमंत्री आवास आए 1 बजे। लेकिन इसी बीच में ईडी को क्या हड़बड़ाहट हो गई कि वो दिल्ली के आवास में चली गई, जब 31 तारीख का समय खुद ईडी के अधिकारियों ने दिया था। और उसके बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि गायब हो गए, लापता हो गए। अरे राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री बीजेपी से पूछ करके जाएगा क्या? पेशेंस रखिए। राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री भारतीय जनता पार्टी से पूछ के कहीं आना जाना करेंगे क्या? हाँ। झारखंड आपसे डरने वाला नहीं है।
ठीक है डॉक्टर खत्री,
अरे आप शर्म कीजिए।
एक मिनट डॉक्टर खत्री 14 अगस्त 2023 से लेकर 12 दिसंबर 2023 के बीच कुल 6 समन उनको भेजे गए थे। और पत्राचार की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं, दैट लेटर्स वर एक्सचेंज, दैट ही रोट अ लेटर टू द एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट। 30 दिसंबर को पहले ईडी ने एक पत्र लिखा, कहा कि 48 घंटों में आप बताइए कहां और कब आपसे पूछताछ हो। उसके बाद ये पत्राचार शुरू हुआ है। इस मामले में अब तक पूरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में 14 लोगों को अरेस्ट कर लिया गया है। तो ये वेंडेटा का एंगल कहां से आ रहा है? इन्वेस्टिगेशन तो चल ही रही थी और काफी समय बाद इन्वेस्टिगेशन शुरू होने के समन भेजा गया मुख्यमंत्री को।
हाँ, भेजा गया तो मुख्यमंत्री उपस्थित हुए ना। ये गायब होना और भागने का, अरे सुनिए ना, 6 हो या 16 हो, मुख्यमंत्री गए या नहीं गए?
6 समन्स के बाद
का कुछ काम होता है कि नहीं? कि मुख्यमंत्री का क्या काम है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास हाजिरी लगाना?
अच्छा, कोई फर्क नहीं है ईडी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी में? आप कह रहे हैं ईडी के पास जाना है या भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास हाजिरी लगाना?
बिल्कुल, आज के डेट में वही है।
अच्छा,
आज ईडी मतलब बीजेपी मतलब ईडी। या देश की जनता बच्चा जानता है। चुनाव में इसका हिसाब होगा, घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है।
नहीं,
चुनाव में
घबराने की
हिसाब
बात तो
करने
बाद
जा
में
रही है।
आएगी, घबराने की बात बाद में आएगी, लेकिन एजेंसी अगर अपना काम कर रही है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने का, तो उसका
कौन
जवाब
रोक रहा है उसको
तो
काम
उसका
करने
जवाब
से?
नहीं देने के पीछे क्या रीजन ये हो सकता है? क्योंकि हम ऑपोजिशन में हैं, इसीलिए हमको ईडी ने समन भेजा, हम नहीं
स्वाति
जाएंगे।
जी, जब जवाब चल रहा है, रांची में जब पूछताछ चल रही है, तो आप दिल्ली कैसे पहुंच गए? ये भी तो पूछिए ना उनसे। आप एक हेल्दी डिबेट में बैठे, इंटेलेक्चुअल डिबेट में, तो पूछिए।
हेल्दी
जब
डिबेट में
रांची में
आपने
पूछताछ-
हेल्दी डिबेट में शायद आपने मेरा दूसरा सवाल नहीं सुना जो संजीव वर्मा से मैंने पूछा, लेकिन क्योंकि आप लीगल एस्पेक्ट्स की बात करें, लेट मी ब्रिंग इन Ishkaran as well. Ishkaran, when the investigation, the interrogation of the first round happened in Ranchi, then why did the ED officials turn at his residence in the national capital? And because the chief minister already said, Mr. Khatri is repeating that he said he will, appear before the agency, or rather answer questions or record a statement on the 31st of January.
Swati, this is the first time in my legal experience that I am hearing an individual dictating how ED will investigate, which house the ED will approach, how ED will carry out search and seizure, how ED will raid a place, or how ED will summon an individual. It is completely the prerogative of the investigating officer of the reasons he needs to go and see any property, or the reason he needs to go to Delhi or Ranchi or Mumbai for that matter. If tomorrow they have information that they need to go to Mumbai or Gujarat, they may go there also. So let's be very clear on the law. The second aspect of this is that it cannot be a legal defense to say because of my caste, my community, my religion, or any other ground, my gender for that example, that I am being harassed. If you feel you are being harassed, then the legal recourse is that you go to a court, you present your case, and you say that these summons are frivolous, they are vexatious, they are done with an oblique motive, and you get a stay on the summons, or you get the summons quashed, or you get an anticipatory
And Ishkaran,
bail, or you
if
get
I'm
an
not wrong, it
interim
happened in
protection.
this case,
There are
isn't it?
various means known to
First,
law,
the Supreme
none of
Court
which
was
is political.
approached, then they were asked to go to the High Court, and the High Court
Sorry?
had dismissed the petition, isn't it, against the summons? The approaching of the courts happened in this case as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Swati. Your research is there. The fact is, if any accused gets a summon, forget you be a chief minister or you be an ordinary citizen on the road, there is a legal recourse to it. And that legal recourse either goes in your favor or in the favor of the investigative agency. But to then play politics and say I am being summoned because of X, Y, and Z reason is not tenable. Also, one more point we have to understand here. If an ordinary citizen was summoned once, twice, thrice, this is not, I would say ED is being very generous in this case. I do not know many private citizens who get this opportunity of saying 6 summon ho ya 16 summon ho, hame farak nahi padta hai. That is not available to an ordinary citizen in this country. So if anything, you should ask Sanju Verma the question, why is ED so generous? For once you should ask that why is ED not being tougher on this, because ED usually is way tougher on this. So we frame the debate in the manner we want to and say ED is politically biased. But the reality is, I think ED has been exceptionally generous in this case.
Tehseen
What
Poonawalla?
ED does in future, we will have to see those
Tehseen
actions.
Poonawalla, the
But
ED
till, just last point,
Yes.
till you get relief from court, you cannot play politics. That will not be a ground to escape your ED investigation.
Okay, you cannot escape this, you cannot evade this and hide behind the excuse that, listen, people only in the opposition are being targeted. Tehseen Poonawalla, according to Ishkaran, the ED in fact has been generous in case of Hemant Soren. The BJP says this is a coming together of corrupt individuals, and this is what you are presenting in front of people, the INDI bloc.
Good evening, Swati. At the onset, I want to restate something that I've said very often on your show and on Times Now. ED must be renamed to BD. BD means Bajrang Dal because it's an arm of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Secondly, out of the raids that the ED has done on politicians, 95% are people from the opposition. Third, there's a gentleman called Y.S. Chaudhary from Andhra Pradesh, a member of parliament. A friend of ours, GVL Narasimha Rao, and a member of parliament from BJP, who often joins us on our TV debates, not only accused him of being corrupt and getting money from us, from corrupt sources, he accused him of getting money from sources harmful to the interests of India. Y.S. Chaudhary today is a proud member of the Bharatiya Janata Party after being drenched in the BJP washing machine. No ED investigation happened against him. BJP itself removed a white paper against Himanta Biswa Sharma, who today is the Chief Minister of Assam and is now turned approver. But there was even greater magic that took place. The magic started unfolding when Chhagan Bhujbal and Ajit Pawar, who Devendra Fadnavis said, "Main chakki pisauga," ED went to court and said, listen, we cannot prosecute Chhagan Bhujbal because we have lost the file. And you're talking about raids. In Karnataka, BJP MLA was caught with 9 crore rupees cash. In court, the agency goes and says, we are sorry that we cannot prosecute him because we raided him without taking his permission and informing him that we are going to raid. Case closed. Let me go to the next case. This is even more magical a case. Sanjay ji, please, if you may please allow me to finish because it's like
I am not interjecting. If I'm
I understand, but
showing
it's
my finger,
disturbing.
why
But
are you getting triggered?
Please, may I? Please,
Who the
may
hell
I?
are
It's
you?
disturbing. Please.
Who the hell are you?
Okay, all right.
Enforcement
Tehseen, finish your
director
point and then we'll take a quick counter from Sanju Verma. Finish your point.
You call the enforcement director
The
Bajrang
fact-
and you're giving me a bhashan on etiquette.
The fact of
Who are you
the
exactly? Who the
The-
hell are you?
the
Okay,
fact
so,
of-
Sanju Verma, allow him to finish. Yes, Tehseen. Tehseen, finish your point.
The fact of the matter is there are 3 or 4 points that these people put out for for enforcement directorate. Point number 1, enforcement directorate has a success rate of 95%. That is misleading. Its success rate is 0.4%. The 24 of the 25 cases that the ED has solved have been all cases filed during UPA era. During this government's era, its cases have been amounted to 0. Then why is the ED such a problem? The ED is such a problem because of the twin conditions that you do not get bail and you're guilty until proven innocent, and as a result of which the process becomes the punishment. It becomes a harassment to go under ED. Let me tell my dear friend Ishkaran one personal case that I know of. The person not only somehow managed to get an anticipatory bail, Ishkaran, you must hear this case. The person not only managed to get an
But Tehseen
anticipatory bail before being...
Tehseen Poonawalla.
Swati, this is very important. Yeah, Swati, first she disturbs, now you just allow me to...
I'm not disturbing you. I'm asking a follow-up question.
Yes, no, this is a very important thing I have to tell somebody. Ishkaran's made a very logical point. Allow me to tell him. There's a gentleman who actually... A gentleman actually got an anticipatory bail, actually got an anticipatory bail before going to ED. Actually got that. And you know what happened in that case? ED kept him waiting till 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday and arrested him on a totally
What case
different
are you
case.
talking
in which he
about?
was
Who
not
is this
summoned.
individual?
Time to this man to
It is. I don't want to take an individual name,
So
but
if
it
you're
was.
not revealing
It's a
any
landmark
details of,
case.
if you're not revealing any
landmark
details
case,
of who the individual
it's
is
a
or what the
landmark
case
case.
is about, let me take a quick counter from Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, you're calling INDI bloc a coalition of corrupt individuals, but then why are you going and forming coalitions with individuals you once called corrupt?
Points across and yours
Okay, I need to now make my point. You know, Swati, I did not make any personal comment. In my introductory statement, I only stuck to hard facts. What did Tehseen Poonawalla do? The moment he got time to speak, he first demonized the enforcement directorate by calling the ED as Bajrang Dal, BD. So let me tell you, you are not Tehseen Poonawalla, you are dim-witted Poonawalla, DP. क्योंकि आपकी औकात नहीं है ED पर भाषण देने की. You can make all those stupid faces, but now let me call out your bluff.
I don't want to do this
Please
debate.
shut
Thank
up.
you, Swati.
Please
Okay, you know what? Let's not get into Auqat and all. Let's stick to facts, please. Let's stick to facts.
What's going on, yeah,
Yes.
Swati? We are
So
guests
let
on your
me-
show.
Let me make the facts.
Please,
You did not
let's stick to facts, please.
Calling the ED names. A man sits on your debate, Swati, and with no offense to you. The enforcement directorate is a statutory body.
Yes, but he's
The
not taking any
enforcement
personal jibes on you, Sanju Verma. You cannot get into.
What is the matter with
No.
you, yeah?
1 second. Let's talk about facts, please.
The enforcement directorate
that's why I
is a
don't like to do
statutory
these debates
body.
when there are certain
You cannot
families.
sit on a debate and call an
Should have asked Kabir who it
statutory
was.
body as Bajrang Dal BD. If you bring down the level of public discourse and you're shown the mirror, then you start getting rattled. So पहले आप line के अंदर रहिए. Even I will not.
Okay, let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to the topic, please.
Let me very quickly just say, Swati, as you have many times said on your debates, and I've done a zillion debates with you on this ED being weaponized issue. You know, in any criminal case, money laundering case, the most important 3 things are, you know, the motive, the money trail, and also you have to establish that who has benefited from proceeds of the crime. These 3 things have to be established. Now the enforcement directorate has said that the money trail, the motive and proceeds of crime, they all lead to Hemant Soren. And I'll tell you why. Just in 10 seconds, there are 4 or 5 people who have actually named Hemant Soren. They've started singing because they were arrested a couple of months back. Under section 306 of the CRPC, they have made these statements. These people are senior officials, ex-officials of the Jharkhand government under Hemant Soren. Bhanu Prasad, Bishnu Agarwal, Vijay Agarwal,
14 people.
Ram Agarwal,
Right.
Pradeep, yes, but I'm naming the key officials. Pradeep Bagchi,
Yes, you're right. You're right that 14 people already have been arrested in the case that has led the Enforcement Directorate to the doors of the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. But the interrogation is still underway. I want to bring in Dr. Jigyasu as well into the debate. Dr. Jigyasu, first Lalu Prasad Yadav was questioned. Now Tejasvi Yadav also has been grilled. The Bharatiya Janata Party says there's no basis to what the opposition has been saying about Enforcement Directorate being weaponized, because ultimately the ED also has to prove its case in the court.
आज की तारीख में ईडी हो, सीबीआई हो, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट हो, इन सब ने अपनी ऑटोनॉमी, अपना इंडिपेंडेंस खो दिया है और इसमें इनका कोई दोष नहीं है. द करंट रेजिम इज डेड टू ऑल सेंस ऑफ शेम और इनका एक ही काम है कि किस तरह से वेंडेटा पॉलिटिक्स के तरह जितने अपोजिशन के लीडर्स हैं उन सबको टारगेट करो. आपने देखा होगा कि मीनाक्षी लेखी ने मंत्री रहते हुए सदन के अंदर विपक्ष के एक सांसद को यह कहा कि बैठ जाइए नहीं तो ईडी घर पे आ जाएगा आपके. अब इसमें कुछ छुपा हुआ नहीं है, कोई पर्देदारी नहीं है, बल्कि हम सब लोग जानते हैं कि बिहार में तेजस्वी यादव ने एक इतिहास कायम किया. कर्पूरी जी के बाद लालू जी ने आरक्षण को बढ़ाया, फिर राबड़ी जी ने, उसके बाद तेजस्वी जी ने. देश में कहीं कास्ट सेंसस नहीं कंडक्ट कराया गया कभी. 31 के बाद ये काम बिहार में हुआ. तो उस घबराहट में जैसे कर्पूरी ठाकुर की सरकार गिरवाई गई, वैसे ही बिहार में सरकार रातों रात बदल दिया गया. और अब ये कोई आप टाइमिंग देखिए तो ये कोई महज इत्तेफाक नहीं है. इसलिए हम तो यही जानते हैं कि एक अदालत जनता की भी है, वह सब कुछ देख रही है कि किसी भाजपा के नेता के यहां ये लोग नहीं जाते तो इसको हम क्या समझें. गिरिराज सिंह के यहां 19 के लोकसभा चुनाव में 2 करोड़ रुपए पाए गए, कुछ नहीं हुआ. और जितने लोग इनके साथ मिलते जाते हैं उन सब के तमाम फाइल को बंद कर देते हैं. लेकिन हमारा उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं. हम चाहते हैं कि जांच हो लेकिन ईमानदारी से हो, ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ हो, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाए. लेकिन दिक्कत क्या है जानती हैं, इस दौरे मुंसिफी में जरूरी नहीं वसीम जिस शख्स की खता हो उसी को सजा मिले. तो इसलिए जिस तेजस्वी जी की उम्र उस समय खेलने कूदने की थी, उनको एडिशनल चार्जशीट में उनका नाम घसीट दिया गया. सप्लीमेंट्री चार्जशीट में उनका कहीं नाम नहीं था. तो जैसे जैसे इनके दोस्त बदलते जाते हैं, ये अपने पॉलिटिकल ओपोनेंट्स को एनिमीज की तरह ट्रीट करते चले जाते हैं.
डॉक्टर जिज्ञासु, आपने कहा
तो इसलिए
और
मैं
बहुत
तो यही
अच्छे
कहूंगा
अंदाज में
आपसे,
आपने कहा कि जांच होनी चाहिए, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी होना चाहिए. लेकिन जब वो जांच शुरू होती है तो आप पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा का ठप्पा उस पर लगा देते हैं. अगर आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ईडी और सीबीआई बीजेपी के इशारे पर ही काम करती है, केवल विपक्ष के नेताओं को ही टारगेट कर रही है, तो फिर आप किस तरह की जांच की बात कर रहे हैं? फिर जांच से क्या निकलेगा?
हम कह रहे हैं कि कायदे से सबकी जांच हो जाए. आप जो एक व्यक्ति को लगातार हैरास करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और आप अपने मनगढ़ंत तरीके से चार्जशीट दाखिल करते हैं, इस पर हमारी आपत्ति है. हम तो जानते हैं कि आपने अब तक कन्विक्शन रेट क्या है आपका, और एक भी भाजपा के नेताओं के क्यों नहीं आपकी छापेमारी होती है. तो आप किसी की छवि को धूमिल करने के लिए, इमेज को एसेसिनेट करने के लिए अगर एक संगठित अभियान की तरह कुछ चलाएंगे तो उस पर आपत्ति है. और आज की तारीख में अगर रीढ़ वाले नेताओं की कोई सूची बनेगी इस देश में तो उस फहरिस्त में लालू प्रसाद का नाम टॉप पर आपको दिखाई पड़ेगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने वोट डाउन करना नहीं गवारा किया.
याद दिलानी पड़ेगी, फिर
वो
आपको
लड़ते
फॉर्डर
रहे इन
स्कैम
लोगों
की
से.
याद दिलानी
और
पड़ेगी.
ये लोग एक दलीय व्यवस्था बनाना चाहते हैं इस
फिर
देश
आपको
में ना.
फॉर्डर स्कैम की याद दिलानी पड़ेगी. फिर डॉक्टर जिज्ञासु, फॉर्डर स्कैम की बात भी आपको करनी पड़ेगी. ईश्वरन भंडारी वांट्स टू कम इन.
हम आपसे यही तो कह रहे हैं कि फॉर्डर स्कैम भी इस देश का एक अलबेला, अनोखा और अनूठा केस है.
अच्छा.
जिसमें जांच के आदेश देने वाले आदमी को ही फंसा दिया गया.
अच्छा, फंसा दिया गया लालू प्रसाद यादव
चला रहा था. और एक ही मामले को अलग अलग एक मुर्गी को आप कितनी बार हलाल करेंगे?
कोर्ट को भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. ईडी सीबीआई बीजेपी के साथ जो मिलकर कर रही है वो अदालतों को भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा आपके हिसाब से. ईश्वरन भंडारी.
नहीं, अदालत के प्रति हमारा पूरा सम्मान है।
हाँ, तो अदालत से ही तो वर्डिक्ट तो अदालत से ही आया था, लेकिन डॉक्टर जिज्ञासु अदालत से ही वर्डिक्ट आया था। लेकिन इश्करन को भी सुन लीजिए, इश्करन को भी सुन लीजिए।
मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ,
नहीं, एक बार इश्करन जी को भी सुन लीजिए, उनका पॉइंट सुन लेते हैं। डॉक्टर जिज्ञासु, एक मिनट प्लीज। जी, इश्करन को है।
Yes, Swati, two aspects to this. This is not the first government of India. There have been other governments in power also, and let's assume that BJP is not taking action on people who belong to BJP. What happened in UP era? People went to courts and brought in evidence and proved it in a court of law. National Herald, the summoning orders was issued by a court. 2G scam, the court did it. So many other scams, people went to the court and got orders. So if anybody believes that A, they have evidence against any member of the BJP, they should go to the court. B, they believe ED is going slow or CBI is going slow, they can move a writ petition to the appropriate High Court or the Supreme Court, as the case may be, and want a final report to be put into that. So there is no substitute to evidence. If you don't have evidence, you can come here and make lines in the vacuum that why is BJP not doing, why is ED not doing this or that. But the law is very clear in this nation. This is not the first government in power. Congress was in power. Courts passed orders when they found evidence. If you don't have evidence, then of course you can take political debates and say why is X, Y or Z not being arrested, or a washing machine. And last point, in Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav case, convictions have happened by a court of law. Evidence has been led. Now, if we are sitting here and we are going to question questions of judgment, then there is questions of judgments of court, then there is nothing much more we can say and have a legal debate on.
Kamruzaman Chaudhary, respond.
Now, basically, Swati, you know how foolish to even suggest that the courts will have to be approached to get investigating the corruption cases. Is totally and utter nonsense to even utter such word. Then what is the use of the CAG? What is the use of the ED, CBI and all these agencies?
If they do not know the law of the
Stop
land,
all of
then
them. You don't need to have a midnight transfer of a CBI director. Please let me finish. I'm speaking last. Now, basically, you know, Swati, I wanted to list out a number of cases, but my dear friend Tehseen has already listed out all these cases. Let me just cite you one example out here. The Modi government's own agency, the CAG's report has been made public, wherein it found the irregularities in the Dwarka Expressway project, diversion of 3,600 crores from highway project, and 60% cost inflation of Bharat Mala scheme. Now, after this report was published, you imagine the rot in the Modi government. 3 officers of the CAG were transferred overnight. Can you just imagine the rot in the Modi government? Now you come and say that, okay, the opposition leaders are all corrupt, these, that and all not. When Om Birla was the speaker, why did he refuse to provide sanction to prosecute Shubhendu Adhikari in the Sharada scam? No answer. You don't have any answer. And some guy randomly will come and say, if you have got a problem, you go to the court. This is a democracy. This is not how the Modi government will want to run the country. कि ये मेरा बात नहीं सुन रहा, कल उसका घर में ईडी भेजो. This is not the how. This is a system. Your own CAG report you have disowned. You get 508 crore linked to the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. What happened to the Mahadev app scam now? The same witness which BJP produced. Amit Malviya tweeted from his handle the next after the elections are over. The same man refused that I never said that. I made this statement under pressure.
All right, it's my way or the highway for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sanju Verma. It's my way or the highway. If you don't fall in line, we will use the agency against you. Sanju Verma, respond.
You know, Swati, the Congress's unofficial spokesperson sitting here and saying that there is a lot of rot within the BJP dispensation is like the pot calling the kettle black. Ulta chor Kotwal ko dante. इनके कांग्रेस के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री राजीव गांधी ने कहा था आउट ऑफ एवरी 1 रुपी
सीएजी रिपोर्ट के बारे में बताओ. सीएजी रिपोर्ट के बारे में बताओ. सीएजी रिपोर्ट द्वारका एक्सप्रेसवे ओनली वन स्कैम.
Okay, Mr. Chaudhary, let her respond. Let her respond. You have leveled allegations, asked multiple questions. Let her respond.
Now let me rebut. Rajiv Gandhi said out of every 1 rupee.
Unofficial
Okay, Mr. Chaudhary.
I'm here as an independent person.
Okay. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is a political analyst. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is a political analyst. Sanju Verma. Please
I
respond.
am a-
Please
I am
respond to the
a-
questions
I am
that
an
he's asked.
independent person
Okay.
invited on time.
All right. Mr. Chaudhary, allow her to respond to your comments.
Okay. Out of every 100 paise, 85 paise is pilfered by middlemen. This was the statement by Rajiv Gandhi और गरीबों को सिर्फ 15 पैसा जाता था. Today under Narendra Modi's dynamic leadership, more than 29 lakh crore. दोबारा सुनिए, more than 29 lakh crore has gone to the poor and the marginalized via the direct benefit transfer scheme. So don't sit here and give me a bhashan on what Congress did and what Modi has not done. Point number 2, I want to just ask one simple question. Has Rahul Gandhi got any relief in the National Herald scam from the Supreme Court? He went to the Supreme Court saying, quash the investigation against me. Supreme Court said nothing doing. CBI, ED, income tax, जिसकी investigation होनी चाहिए आपके खिलाफ होती रहेगी.
What about me? I have asked you a specific question, Swati. If she cannot answer, then it's okay, fine. She doesn't have an answer. Why don't they
No, Kamruzaman Chaudhary wants a specific response to the questions that he's asking. Sanju Verma.
Scam was highlighted by them.
Okay. Scams against your own are sidelined and ignored.
I'm coming to that. Why is this man getting so rattled? I listened to his gibberish for about 3.5 minutes. Sonia Gandhi, no relief from Supreme Court. Rajiv Gandhi, till date, everybody knows that he did no good.
Again, Sonia Gandhi, we are asking a specific question about the Dwarka Expressway scam. What happened to that, ma'am? Was there any investigation done on that? Was a CBI inquiry ordered? Was an ED investigation ordered?
Sanjay Singh,
was there any departmental inquiry? Nothing.
Lalu Yadav out on bail in fodder scam after being convicted also in the Deoghar Treasury case. And Tejaswi Yadav ke liye, I will say one thing, Swati, your audience needs to listen to this. I'm reading out from the statement of the CBI Special Judge Gitanjali Goyal in 2018 और RJD के प्रवक्ता भी सुने. Tejaswi Yadav had threatened CBI and ED officials and their family members, and Gitanjali Goyal in October 2018 said, the man Tejaswi Yadav in this case comes from a highly powerful and influential family, and we are giving him a strict warning to not engage in this kind of behavior which demeans the public position that he holds. And let us be very clear that the ongoing investigation in the IRCTC scam will continue till the plaintiff is able to prove otherwise. He was let off with a strict warning by Gitanjali Goyal, he as in Tejaswi Yadav, for threatening CBI officials. He was told कि आप एक powerful family.
Dr. Jigyasu respond. 2004 से 2009 के दरमियान ये पूरा मामला सामने आया था. उस वक्त कई आरोप लालू प्रसाद यादव पर लगे कि उन्होंने ये बातें कही हैं कि जमीन के बदले नौकरी. तो क्या उस वक्त भी आपने पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा का चार्ज लगाया था, केवल अभी लग रहा है? और संजू वर्मा जो साइट कर रही हैं ऑब्जर्वेशन उस पर,
सीबीआई स्पेशल जज ने क्या कहा था तेजस्वी यादव को?
लेट हिम रिस्पॉन्ड. जी डॉक्टर जिज्ञासु अपनी बात रखिए.
मैं क्या कह रहा हूं, उस मामले में जब कुछ नहीं पाया गया तो उस मामले को बंद कर दिया गया और फिर ये जनाब सब कुंभकर्णी नींद से जगे हैं और उसको फिर खोल रहे हैं. और ये बिल्कुल पॉलिटिकल एक एक्ट है, ये कोई जांच एजेंसी का काम नहीं. वो बेचारे तो मजबूर हैं. दूसरा, गुड़गांव में एक मॉल, जैसे ही बिहार में सरकार बनी अगस्त 22 में, कोई एक मॉल था, उसको तेजस्वी जी के नाम पर दिखा के पूरा प्रचारित किया गया मीडिया में. पता चला वो तो किसी भाजपा के नेता का है. तो ये जो शरारत ये बीच बीच में करते रहते हैं किसी की छवि धूमिल करने के लिए, उस पर हम लोगों का आपत्ति है. और गांव गांव में लोग कह रहे हैं कि इन जांच एजेंसियों की अपनी कोई साख, इसका अपना कोई इकबाल है कि नहीं. अरे रकीबों ने लिखाई है रपट जा जा के थाने में कि अकबर नाम लेता है खुदा का. इस जमाने में ये रोजगार दे रहा है 4.5 लाख लोगों को, ये नौकरी दे रहा है 2.25 लाख शिक्षकों को, ये 1,27,000 मेडिकल विभाग में अंतिम रूप दे दिया है नियुक्ति प्रक्रिया को. तो इसको जल्दी से हटाओ. जैसे कर्पूरी ठाकुर को जनसंघियों ने गिराई सरकार, वैसे ही हमारी सरकार को ये लेके भागे. लेकिन मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूं, तेजस्वी यादव पॉलिटिकल लाइफ में, पब्लिक लाइफ में एक ग्रेस का नाम है. इसलिए आई वाज एवर ए
पॉलिटिकल लाइफ में और पब्लिक लाइफ में क्या होगा वो तो पब्लिक तय करेगी। जहां तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन की बात है, अकॉर्डिंग टू द भारतीय जनता पार्टी दिस इज नथिंग बट इन्वेस्टिगेशन अगेंस्ट अ कोलिशन ऑफ करप्ट इंडिविजुअल्स जो अपने फायदे के लिए साथ में आए, while the coalition or the INDI bloc says that popular leaders are being targeted right before the elections, and if you don't go our way then the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to use the agencies against you. With that I'm wrapping up the debate. Dr. Jigyasu and Tanuj Khatri was with us on the broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us. बाकी के जो हमारे मेहमान हैं हमारे साथ रहेंगे, संजू वर्मा, इश्करन तहसीन and Kamru Zaman Chaudhary will continue to be with us for debate number 2 as well.